What's up, everybody? Today is Friday, March 13th. Some very interesting things going on in the world, and it's definitely affecting real estate. Let's take a look at these stats. Conejo Valley, SIMI Valley, and Moorpark. Coming soon, we have 13. New listings are up at 85. Price change, 70. That's a lot of reductions. Back on the market, 10. Active under contract, 65. Pending, 41. Closed, the real number is 48. Expired, 11. Canceled, 9. Hold, 7. And withdrawn, 5. All right. So let's take a look at, we had 108. If you add the coming soons, the new listings, and the back on market, that adds up to 108. If you look at what's come off the market, the active under contracts at 65, the closed at 48, the expireds at 11, the canceled at 9, the hold 7, and withdrawn 5. That's 145. So this week, we see a substantial number of properties that have come off the market due to sales mostly. Going into contract is the biggest number, active under contract, and then seconded by closed sales, and then expired, canceled, hold, and withdrawn. Those numbers have shrunk a lot since we started tracking them when I noticed them exploding last year, which is a good thing. So let me just quickly review what is the difference between an active under contract seller buyer escrow and a pending. Now, an active under contract means the seller just accepted an offer from a buyer. That buyer is doing their investigations and has not removed their contingencies. Okay. So that buyer still has the right to cancel that escrow and potentially get a full refund of their deposit. Now, a pending buyer seller escrow means that the buyer has removed all of their contingencies. And if the buyer decides to cancel at this point, is most likely going to have to forfeit their deposit. All right, so that's what we need to know, the difference between these two numbers, and that's why I don't include the pendings in our count of what's come off the market because they were already counted as having come off the market when they became active under contract. All right, so let's take a look. There's a lot of new listings this week. Let's take a look and see where those new listings have come from. I'm going to organize the page for everybody. And let's see. All right, Agora Hills putting up numbers on the board this week. It looks like you've got the cheapest one at 1,099,000, and the most expensive one in Agora looks like just under 5 million, 4.9 million on Shadow Creek. Moorpark, 4 properties. Moorpark, you got the lowest one at 589, and the highest one is at 1.699. All right, Newberry Park. Newberry Park. Let's see. You got a bunch in Newberry Park. Newberry Park looks like they've got the low is 859 in Newberry Park, and the high looks like the high is about 2.7, 2699. Oak Park with 2 new ones on the board, 995 and 2.399. SIMI Valley with a whole bunch of opportunities. Look at SIMI coming in strong in SIMI. Let's see if I could find the low. Here's a 675. Did we see anything less than 675? No, it looks like 675 is the low in SIMI, and the high looks like to be this property right here on Shady Trail, 2,079,000. So there's all kinds of variety in SIMI Valley. Great town. I have a new listing coming up that I'm going to tell you guys about in SIMI Valley also. All right, Thousand Oaks. We have a bunch in Thousand Oaks coming up. Look at that. And it looks like the low is maybe 850. The low is 850. And then we got 2.749 is the high. 2.749. And here we go in Westlake Village. Looks 368 properties approximately, with the low being 1,199,000 on Sierra Drive. And the high this week, 5,299,000 on Rayburn. All right, let's take a quick look at mortgage rates. These have gone up a little bit. because of what's going on in the Middle East with the war. So 30-year fix is 6.35% right now. 15-year fix is at 5.95%. The 30-year jumbo is at 6.55%. The 7 and 6 SOFR arm is 5.77%. The 30-year FHA is 5.96%. The 30-year VA is at 5.98%. All right, so I'm sure you guys hear on the news a lot of the stuff going on in the war. Does it affect real estate? It absolutely does. Right now, March is the beginning of the selling season. And even though things are moving, there's properties coming on the market. Interest rates going up doesn't help us, and it absolutely affects the velocity of the buyers coming out. There's certainly buyers that have decided right now that they are going to put their purchase on hold until they see what the outcome is of the war and the economy and yada, yada, yada. So if you were thinking like, does it matter? Well, it does, but at the same time, houses sell every single day. Every single day, no matter what's going on in the world, houses sell. Okay, so that being said, I have an amazing opportunity coming up in Simi Valley. Okay, an amazing opportunity. This probably is the best opportunity in all of Simi and Conejo Valley, probably the San Fernando Valley as well, because this is brand new construction, everybody. Brand new construction. This is not a home that was torn down and brought back. This is a brand new construction. Okay. My amazing client found a lot, did some work with the city. It's in an established neighborhood. It's a great neighborhood in Simi. The walkability of this property is amazing. There's supermarkets, Stater Brothers right nearby, restaurants galore. Whatever you need, you could practically walk to it from this house. It's in a great established neighborhood. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, approximately 1,700 square feet of brand new construction in the main house. Top of the line everything. I'm not just talking about appliances, I'm talking about floors, baseboards, the kitchen design, the kitchen cabinetry, everything, the chandeliers, the sky, everything is sliding doors. Everything is top of the line. 1,700 square foot, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom house, super high ceilings, big doors, enormous front door. It's gorgeous. Um, then you go in the backyard and it's on a 1/4 acre flat lot, completely flat lot. 1/4 acre, you go in the backyard, you've got a beautiful modern rectangular swimming pool with spa. It's gorgeous. There's a lawn around it. Okay. And then the kicker, it gets even better. In the back corner of the lot sits a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom with kitchen and laundry with its own entrance and driveway, guest house ADU. Okay, and that's about another 400 square feet approximately. So you've got about a total of 2,100 square feet of brand new construction in a great established neighborhood in Simi Valley for $1.5 million, folks. $1.5 million gets you a brand new home, everything top of the line, and you have the opportunity to have your mortgage decreased by however much you rent, and you could probably rent maybe for $3,000, maybe even a little bit more if you furnished it, the ADU guest house. That takes a big chunk of your mortgage away, guys, a big chunk. Okay, or if you were generational living and you needed to move mom in, but you didn't want to have her in your house, but you have her right there in the backyard, she's got her own beautiful house. So anyway, if you guys are interested in buying, selling, or investing, or interested in seeing this property that I have in Simi Valley, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'm Josh Brenner with Compass right here in Westlake Village, California. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Mark, I didn't forget about you. Go get some exercise today. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day. Bye bye.